All right, guys. Welcome to STEM Talk. This is a podcast for fans by fans. I'm your host, Mason, or it's Trollsy. This is my guy, Noah, or Praxis. He's my co host. Today, we got a couple little topics for you. We're going to, somebody kind of finally came out and confirmed that skill based matchmaking affects health. And if you've ever wondered why you're losing a gunfight, it's because of skill based matchmaking.
Yep.
Now,
That is honestly crazy.
Now, somebody went data mining, or it got leaked somehow, that if these higher skilled and higher ranked players are doing really good in lobbies, it affects the damage put out by the gun to help these lower ranked players perform against these higher ranked guys, which makes it in turn unfair.
Yeah.
Like, them trying to make it fair makes it unfair.
It's unfair, yeah, for sure.
Like,
I shouldn't be losing gunfights because I'm better than the kid. Like,
yeah, and that's the whole argument with the skill based matchmaking thing. It's lowered the skill gap, you know,
yeah.
and like
I miss the old days of BO2 going into a fucking lobby and just dog stomping the fuck out of them.
yeah,
And then playing them the next match and doing it again and
yeah.
again and again.
It used to be a lot of like hard nosed back and forth, and now it's kind of
Hmm.
you're in.
Oh, we beat you. We're never going to see you again.
Yeah, and but yes, and I mean that came out, and I mean that just makes the game not fun, and I think it tarnishes the legacy of the game. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
we're still gonna play it. Everybody's still gonna play it, but I mean, if you're gonna try to make it even, then put it back the way it was. Everybody has an even playing
Yeah.
field to get better. Like
Hmm.
if you're gonna do, if you want to make the field even, just leave the game alone. Take out the skill based matchmaking. Just let people play. If somebody thinks that they're bad at
Yeah.
the game, to put the time in it that these other guys are putting into it, and play it then. Like
The
everybody,
only reason I got better,
yeah,
like, I kept
it's
getting shit on, and I was like, fuck, I need to get better. And I kept playing and got better. So,
exactly. It comes with anything you do. If you feel like you're bad at
hmm
something, you practice it and you work on it. Like the creators making it easier for them takes the fun out of it. Like
yeah.
if
It ruins all of the practice over the years that we've put into the game to
yeah,
become good at it.
yeah, and I'm not saying that we're the best, but like
Oh,
we've
yeah, no,
we've put
we're
in
nowhere
work.
near the best.
We've put in work to be at a certain level of play, and you put in stuff like that, and it kind of takes away the work.
It ruins it for you.
Yeah, but moving on from that, we got a couple mergers. One confirmed. The other, I haven't really heard any word on it recently, but it was a big talk in the past, like toward the end of champs and stuff like that. I think. But we got Complexity buys Phase, or well, Game Square, the parent company of Complexity. So we got two original orgs combining, kind of like the
Which,
Optic Envy. So now it's gone from
yeah,
a bunch to now we got like two of them now. And
yeah.
then you got the kind of rumored one. Haven't been hearing much about it. Is G2 wanting to get back into Call of Duty? Uh, with merging with V1, who's the parent company of Rocker. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I think Complexity merging with Phase. I don't think it's gonna affect it much.
No, I don't see it affecting much at all.
I'm sure they'll still put the same amount of oomph behind Phase as they did before. So
Yeah,
I don't see that going
from
anywhere.
from what I heard or what I saw from that whole merger is all of the OG phase members, Temper, Rain, or not Rain because Rain left. uh, Temper, Banks, and Apex are all getting like because I Temper's the president or Banks is the president. Temper's
Um,
CEO. Apex is COO. If I'm not mistaken.
um, Banks is gonna be the CEO. Temper is gonna be the COO, and then Apex or Rain is gonna be a president. So, but yeah, I don't see that whole situation changing at all. I
It's
think
just bringing back the OG phase
yeah, I
complex,
think
really.
Phase will still be its own entity, and Complexity will still be its own thing as well.
Yeah, they're not gonna
I don't think it's
merge those two guys together.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like the Optic
Optic
Envy.
NV merger.
Yeah, and oddly enough, shortly after the Complexity bought Phase, they played each other in the finals at IEM for CS, which I think is
Yeah.
hilarious. But then you got the V1 and the G2. Now that situation, if that does or did happen, I think it changes the whole landscape of Rocker, because you got
Oh
a team
yeah.
like G2 who, like anything they put their hands on, they're gonna do it. So
Hmm.
I think G2 comes in and they will pay the buyouts for players that they want.
Yeah.
So I think a big team like G2 getting behind another big team like
Rocker.
V1, uh, I think that's just gonna up their win now mentality. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna up that salary cap they have for that team.
Yeah, and I think they kind of prove. I think V1 kind of proved that with the team that they put together
Oh
this
yeah.
season, that they want to win now. So I think
Hmm.
same thing with Phase. I kind of like buying into Phase. Their only real competitive team, I think, they got CS, but is the Call of Duty team. I don't think they have many other.
Yeah, Call of Duty was their baby right there.
Yeah.
'Cause, I
So
mean, they have a Rocket League team, they have a Halo team,
yeah, they do have a
but you don't
Halo
ever
team.
hear much for those. They don't. You don't hear much
Well,
from those guys too much.
I wouldn't say that because Halo did win champs.
That is true. Halo
So
did win champs this year.
so I wouldn't say that they're not. You don't really hear
It's
from them.
you don't always hear stuff
But
from them
the
though.
major two that you hear from is CS and Call of Duty, which are the two bigger games. So
Those were the two OG competitive
yeah,
teams too, though.
yeah. But yeah, I think G2 coming in with V1 is really gonna push the envelope of
That's
Rocker performing.
that's definitely a big game changer for Rocker.
Yeah, because I mean, back when G2 was originally in, I think they were in the CWL. They were going after pretty big name players, or tried to at least. Some of them said no. I've heard that Censor said no. Zuma said no. A couple others said no. I think Parasite had said no. But yeah, so I think that would be good for Call of Duty, but
Yeah.
and good for an org like Rocker because then it pushes the league to be a lot more competitive than it is
Oh
currently.
yeah. Currently, you have your top four powerhouses, and then that are always going to show up and show down. And
Yeah,
then you got your middle four, which sometimes you'll see them do really good. Most of the time, you're not going to see them do really good. And then you have your bottom four, which are always there.
yeah, and I think with these teams moving, it's kind of changing their mentality. Like I think Legion
Oh yeah,
after Legion since Legion's moved to Vegas and they've almost made champs, I think they're kind of like they're still taking their time. They don't want to spend as much as these other teams are willing to spend, but they still I think want to make the effort. Same thing with Carolina with the
yeah,
move. I think Carolina with the move kind of put them in the seat to make more of an effort to show that they want to win. Same thing with Miami
yeah.
merging with Heretics shows that they kind of want to win by bringing somebody big like Heretics in. Um,
Oh yeah.
I think the only team right now that isn't showing that they want to win is the one team that we haven't heard from, and that's LAG.
Yeah, sadly, but
So I mean,
we all know the news on that one.
yeah, their parent company. It,
Blah blah blah. Like it's a big shit show over there.
yeah. But I mean, that also ties. I mean, you can also tie in that we don't know how long the league's going to be around for, especially after the Microsoft.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then you got the Overwatch League is paying people to not renew their contracts, so we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, the landscape could completely change after this year.
Yeah, we could be going back to
A CWL kind of style.
or an MLG, or
Oh man, how much I would love to see that again.
but yeah, so I mean, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a weird spot we're in right now for the CDL.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, nobody knows what's going to happen. Is it? Are we still going to have a league, or are we going to go back to something else, or is somebody going to come in and run it rather than and Activision's just going to finance it, or
Yeah.
so till something happens and this Microsoft thing goes through, we're not going to know anything.
Yeah, the rumor is that it should be all said and done for the start of Treyarch's game. So
Yeah, it'll definitely be done because I'm pretty sure all of the Call of Duty games are going to be in Game Pass by summer of next year.
yeah, except for MW3, that's the only one that won't be.
Yeah.
Which then they'll probably add that once the Treyarch game comes out.
Yeah. But yeah, so time will tell. But in the meantime, tune into the next episode of STEM Talk. And if you're interested, watch our previous episodes. And we'll catch you guys later with more interesting topics as the league unfolds. Season's coming up soon, so we'll have plenty more content for you guys to watch. And then maybe soon we'll come out with predictions on what we think's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
Maybe stuff like early champs predictions. Maybe we try to take a game.
Yeah, I can already tell you who my early chance prediction is, baby.
Maybe we take a guess on who makes the first roster moves.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see. But tune into the next one. Maybe we'll find out soon. All right. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next video.